Punch Ultimate Debate League, St. Patty's Massacre card. I be the host, iXclusive said. This right here is the middleweight title bout. Debater to my left, ATK. Introduce yourself.
Yo, it's ATK. Just make sure y'all listen. Make sure y'all listen. I'm about to teach this little kid. Let's go.
And the champ himself to the right, Flashyyy. Introduce yourself.
Brooklyn shit, Tropicana gang, WTC. I'm the teacher. You're the student today, sir. You pay attention. Thank you all. Let's go.
We're going to do it like this. Flashyyy, you the champ. What you want to do?
You could go first.
Topics tonight is Jay-Z versus Nas. Better MC. ATK, it's on you. Punch.
All right, man. Flashyyy, welcome to first period, man. Take a seat. We're about to kill this shit. First off, Nas came out the gate in 1991. He had one verse on Live at the Barbecue. He had the best producers in New York City, DJ Premier, Pete Rock, Q-Tip. They were all begging to work with him. And once Illmatic dropped, it was a certified classic. No one was checking for Jay-Z back when he first came out in the late 80s when he had that fast flow rolling with Jazzo. Nobody was checking for him. People considered Nas to be the new Rakim when he first came out. And forget the songs and the actual music on Illmatic. The album cover alone was the most influential album cover in hip-hop history. From Biggie's Ready to Die, Lil Wayne's Carter 3, Drake's Nothing Was the Same, Kendrick Lamar's Good Kid, Mad City, he influenced multiple classic album covers. And not just Illmatic, he had It Was Written, which came out as one of the most creative LPs ever in hip-hop. He shook the industry with Lauryn Hill on If I Ruled the World. He came out with Stillmatic, where he ethered and killed Jay-Z in that whole beat. Hip-hop is Dead literally created an entire movement in the culture. Once Nas said it, everyone was questioning if hip-hop was actually dying. And then followed up with the Untitled album, which is an entire album about blacks in society. He tried to name it the Nigger album and created an entire movement in New York City. The government was literally trying to ban the word nigga. That's the influence that Nas had throughout his career. And when dudes think of that gritty, grimy 90s era feel, they look to Nas. They're not looking to Jay-Z in the 90s and shit like that. And Nas had these songs like Made You Look, One Mic, Got Yourself a Gun, New York State of Mind, literally painted pictures of the hood and that gritty feel that dudes were experiencing. That's the shit that Nas was doing. Nas was way better musically and throughout his entire career than Jay-Z. Don't care what you say. Don't say anything about music, influence, integrity, even business. I don't care about none of that. I'm going to rebuttal everything you say. Go, man.
Bottom of the first, Flashyyy is on you. Punch.
Said that, let's get ready for class. I don't care about your class, dumbass nigga. Like I fucking said, man, Jay-Z is that nigga. I gotta represent from Brooklyn because you a Harlem nigga punching for a Queens nigga. You ass backwards already. Let's take you to a trip to Brooklyn, nigga. Jay-Z had niggas like albums like Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint, American Gangster, the Black Album, Volume 1, 2, and 3, my nigga. The Dynasty, 444. Hov is that nigga. Hov's net worth is worth $900 million. He has 22 Grammys. He has 100 million records sold. He's influential in his own self because guess what, my nigga? Barclays Center, you know who's a part of that? Hov, nigga. That's culture changing. So don't say that, oh, that Nas is influential. Hov is influential too. He showed other niggas like to be an entrepreneur and come from the streets of Marcy Project and to make something better yourself. That's what Hov did, nigga. Don't ever act like, oh, Nas is the most influential nigga only. No, Hov is influential as well. And also too, you know what Hov did too? He has the #1 solo albums in the Billboard 200. You know how much that is? 13, nigga. Hov has been that nigga. And look at that dumbass shit Nas be fucking doing, my nigga. What you call it? Nas got divorced but cheating. Hov fucking cheated on his wife and made a fucking album with his wife. They move different. They don't even move the same. Just like you, dumbass nigga. You're not gonna get my fucking title, dumbass nigga. You have all the little facts and you're just one-dimensional, nigga. I do everything. I break shit down and I close it in. That's the difference, nigga. Brooklyn shit. Stop playing with me, ATK. You gotta come more better than that, nigga. Jay-Z's been that nigga. He's always been that nigga. And you know what? What just make this checkmate? He signed with fucking Hov in a partnership deal. Checkmate, dumbass nigga. So let's not even fucking do this. When it comes to business and in music, it's not even fucking comparable, nigga. Hov has been that. Let's not fucking do that. Let me not even mention in 2018, he bought a streaming company and named the title, nigga. The third most streaming company in the fucking world. And I fucking do that, my nigga. Hov is, I didn't even name most of his albums because the nigga has too much. Nas have a minuscule of classics. He don't have that much class. Hov has been that musical genius, nigga. Stop doing that. All right, brother. Nas started hottest, but who's finishing the race? Who's winning the war? Hov is winning the war, nigga. That's the difference. Everybody fucking knows it. But you gonna know it with the other 2 rounds though, nigga. Time.
Top of the second, ATK is back on you. Punch.
Bro, you said the fucking Barclays Center. Flash, you are clearly not from Brooklyn because you would know on Flatbush Avenue between, what was it, Atlantic Avenue and the Brooklyn Library. That entire block had tons of small local businesses that black people were actually owning. Once they started building and they opened the Barclays Center in 2012, a whole bunch of whites moved in, took over everything, and overpriced the locals in there. So Jay-Z arguably took away from his own people in Brooklyn. And the Nets low-key been an ass basketball team for this whole time. Nas is actually investing in people and investing in his community. He created the Queensbridge Venture Partners, a company which invests in startups. He put over $500,000 into individual startups and for entrepreneurs to be successful. He invested in the company called General Assembly, which is an online school where people every day learn computer programming and coding so that they can be successful in the world. Don't talk to me about no Barclays Center or no business shit. And you brought up Tidal. My nigga, Tidal literally limits artists and fans' ability to access music and their ability to be wide with a wider audience. That's the shit that he does. That's why Kanye had to leave Tidal because he couldn't get his music on other shit. That's why J. Cole's music was limited on other shit. But Jay-Z and Beyonce, they put their last album out on Tidal, but then they realized they're not doing shit on it, so they had to put on all the other streaming services. And Tidal is fucking partnered with Sprint, when nobody even uses Sprint to this day, my nigga. So what are you talking about? Let's talk about the fucking we can talk about influence, we can keep talking about business, all that shit, my nigga. Business ventures. Jay-Z does a lot of deals with high-end things and not shit that everyday people can actually afford. He did a business deal with Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades literally costs $300 per bottle. Contrast that with Nas, who does deals with shit that people can actually afford, like Hennessy, which dudes actually buy and actually drink. And you, Flashyyy, you fucking recommend Hennessy all the time on Discord here. What are you talking about? You're supporting Jay-Z. Dudes are not going to the corner store and buying Ace of Spades. They're buying Hennessy. Nas is doing deals with other shit that dudes actually can access. Fucking Dropbox, Rap Genius. If you type in to try and get lyrics from any song, you will automatically go to Rap Genius, which is what Nas invested in. Lyft, Amazon, these are things that dudes use every single day. So I don't want to hear about no business shit. I want to hear about none of that. Losing bad. Let's go. Round.
Flashyyy, bottom of the second is on you. Punch.
ATK, I gotta teach you. ATK, I never said I'm supporting Jay-Z. I'm saying that I think Jay-Z has a better overall career and a better MC than him. That's all I'm saying, my nigga. Let's talk about it. Jay-Z's always been a boss type nigga. In 1995, you know what Jay-Z did? He had his record label. And after you know what he's doing now with Rock Nation, he has artists such as J. Cole and Rihanna. You have, like, Nas have a little pitsy-ass little Dave East, a Harlem nigga who don't know what the fuck to do with himself. Let's not do this, my nigga. I never said I'm supporting Hov as a whole person and what he did in the community and all that stuff. I'm just saying he has a better overall career. I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Nas is cool. Nas did a lot of things. Nas is a great MC, a great lyricist. Actually, Nas is one of the best lyricists of all time. But if I want to pinpoint what Jay-Z did, it's not even comparable, my nigga. Like, come on, if you put Jay-Z and Beyonce together, it's even embarrassing, my nigga. Really, the most powerful couple on earth. Hov is just laughing at you right there. After I feel like you should have come to Brooklyn after this fucking debate because you fucking disrespectful. Like I love Hennessy. I'm glad you mentioned that. But that's cool, brother. Like after this debate, we're gonna drink some Hennessy and we're gonna do our thing. Because I don't know what the fuck you're really saying right now, my nigga. Hov has been that nigga, and he's gonna continue to be that nigga. And I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Class is still in session, and fuck your class, my nigga. I'm doing this for the real teachers, the real niggas who hated teachers and went to punch him in the face like I'm punching you in the face right now, nigga. Let's stop it. Like Hov is really influenced a lot of motherfuckers. Like he put my nigga Beanie Siegels on the Mac, Diplomats on the Mac. Let's not do that when he had Rockefeller. And also, I know you was wearing Rockaware back in the day. I know back in 1999 when we founded that shit. I know you was wearing that. It's cool though, brother. It's cool. We gonna talk the rest in the third round, and I can talk to your fucking time, my nigga.
All right, top of the third, ATK is on you. Punch.
Yeah, Flash, you literally said nothing. The first thing you said was you talk about Rock Nation and J. Cole. J. Cole, which is Jay-Z's biggest artist on Rock Nation, he literally put out a song called Let Nas Down. He said on that song that Jay-Z forced him to put out a single for his first album so that the radio could actually play it. Because of that single workout plan, Nas was disappointed. J. Cole felt mad because he didn't want to actually put out that song, so he had to apologize to Nas on that song, an entire song. And J. Cole called him an idol multiple times. Let's talk about the influence. Let's keep continuing. Kendrick Lamar said it's amazing just off the fact that it's Nas. You can hear the influence of him on my storytelling. Wale said from his lyrics and the way he conducts himself, my hat tips off to him and I want to follow these footsteps. That's the dudes that Nas is actually influencing and some of the biggest names in the culture today. That's the influence that Nas had throughout his entire career. And fucking Nas had Ether, which literally created an entire word in the vernacular of people in hip-hop today. That's the word to describe getting killed by somebody. That's the shit that Nas did coming at Jay-Z. Nobody was talking about words that Jay-Z created. Jay-Z didn't do shit. What Jay-Z created, he created the blueprint for getting killed on your own song when he got renegaded and killed by Eminem on Renegade. So that's what fuck I'm talking about. Jay-Z has no influence on Nas. Nas has way more influence on what dudes are doing in the era today. Like I said, J. Cole, Wale, all these dudes are directly influenced by Nas. Don't talk to me about no bullshit like that. Go ahead, man.
Flash, this is your third. It's on you. Punch.
Like I said, Jay-Z influenced niggas like me, niggas that's been in the street, not little cracking niggas like you. And also, too, you mentioned this nigga J. Cole. J. Cole, this Nas, too. So what the fuck you talking about, dumbass nigga? Like I said, there's no artist there's no artist that this nigga Nas have that's more powerful than J. Cole and fucking Rihanna, my nigga. There's no artist like that. Like I fucking said, Hov has been that nigga and Hov continues to be that nigga. He dropped the 444 album. That shit was fire. Nas just dropped the album with this nigga fucking Kanye West. That shit wasn't good. That shit was like a Kanye West album. This nigga the 444 album was crazy. This nigga came on Meek Mill's album Championship and dropped the verse. People was already saying that's the best verse of the year. And come on, Hov could do whatever he wants. Hov has been impactful. He's been impactful. He influenced the streets. He don't influence artists. He influenced niggas like me who could better themselves coming from coming from Brooklyn. He could be anything that you want to be. He represents for entrepreneurs. That's what he represents for. You could do drugs and you could do sit in the street and make yourself better of yourself, my nigga. That's the difference. You don't speak to little nerd niggas like you who got one dimension, who got a fucking pen. And that's all you're gonna do is research and have no personality when you fucking talk. That's the difference, my nigga. Hov speaks to niggas like me. That's why Hov needs to have is a better MC, and also too, he is had a better career. Simple like that. He's been that nigga. He's gonna continue to be that nigga, and that's how I'm gonna continue to be that nigga, and you're not gonna continue to be that nigga. Tom.
A2K is back on you. Punch.
Flashyyy, all this shit you were saying is terrible, my nigga. 444, which Jay-Z put out in 2017, is literally directly influenced by Nas. Nas dropped Life is Good in 2012. Jay-Z has put out Magna Carta Holy Grail, which is some shit that does not speak to the streets. That's all talking about this rich money and shit. Once he saw what Nas put out, he was like, oh shit, I gotta switch my shit up. Then he put out 444. Jay-Z never learns. He does this bullshit where he's always copying other dudes. Like Nas said, Jay-Z, you already KRS-One already created an album called Blueprint. Jay-Z just takes the shit. He steals shit from other dudes to get high. He steals all these lines from Biggie to get high. He steals New York State of Mind, which Nas created in 1994. Jay-Z just copied the shit and flipped it on his own and made Empire State of Mind. So Jay-Z just taking shit. Nas has tons of influence directly on Jay-Z. He influenced his flow and his style. Like I said, from Life is Good to 444. Before Illmatic in the late 80s and the early 90s, Jay-Z was rapping fast like Big L and Jazz O. We all know that shit. He was getting no traction. After Illmatic came out, he switched his flow. He started rapping slower, and that's all the shit that he heard on Reasonable Doubt. Jay-Z said it himself on A Star Is Born in 2009 on Blueprint 3. He said, and I quote, I had Illmatic. The shit was so ahead, I thought we was all dead. Nas literally had so much influence on Jay-Z, he had to change up his flow, or else he wouldn't have been able to exist in this rap game as we know it today. He's just copying his shit. Nas is a direct influence to Jay-Z. Go ahead, man.
All right, Flashyyy is back on you. Punch.
Yeah, Hov was above past this nigga. Hov didn't have no, and you talk about the 444 album. Jay-Z is woken himself, so that's why he dropped that conscious album, nigga. Like Nas wasn't the only conscious nigga rapping and doing other shit like that. And let's talk about 2003. Jay-Z held a concert called his retirement party, which was in Madison Square Garden. Sold it out by himself. The topic was a better MC and a better career. Hov clearly had a better career and is a better MC to me and to everybody that's talking about this, my nigga. Like I don't even know what you're really saying right now. Hov never stole Nas's style. Hov came in the game. He was rapping fast. He switched it up when he got older and his voice developed. That's what we have. Then after that, it was no debating after that. Do you remember a little beef that Jay-Z started with Nas after the takeover? Arguably, Nas won the battle, but who won the war? Hov won the war because what did Nas do? He signed with the boss, and that's the difference. Nas was a good rapper, but Jay-Z was a rapper and a boss. That's the difference, my nigga. I'd rather be a boss and a rapper than just a nigga that's just a rapper. After people say what could have been if he was more business minded like Hov. That's what Hov did. Hov showed, like I said, entrepreneurs and how to develop themselves and to be a better rapper and entrepreneur and a business venture. And that's what he did. He was an all-around hustler. That's what the fuck he's always been doing. And that's what I said in this debate. It's fucking over. I got this, man. Let's go.
Hey, Decay is back on you. Punch.
Dude, I already told you about the dumb business moves that Jay-Z did with the Barclays Center, taking stuff away from the people in Brooklyn, all the other shit, like shit that dudes on the ground can't actually afford. And you're trying to say that Jay-Z's a better MC? Jay-Z is documented as having ghostwriters. When Consequence went on multiple platforms and said he and Kanye were going back and forth writing encore on the Black Album. If that's not some bullshit about an MC, then I don't know what to tell you. Nas, sure, he had one allegation of ghostwriting, but guess what? The dude who said that he was ghostwriting, Jay Electronica, he dismissed that shit. Jay Electronica said Nas never has or never will need a ghostwriter. He is legendary and his pen game is unquestionable. So dudes, he's never had a ghostwriting accusation his entire life, but Consequence is running around here talking about that he's been ghostwriting. Jay-Z has never refuted that. And even going better on the MC shit, Nas has his lyrics discussed by colleges. Harvard literally discussed and debated the lyrics that Nas had throughout his entire career. Nas's creativity is unmatched. This nigga did the song Rewind, which is an entire song in reverse, an entire story. This nigga did the song I Gave You Power from the perspective of a gun. He did the song Last Days, which is from the perspective of a jail cell. You cannot compare the shit that Nas has been doing through his entire career in terms of an MC to what Jay-Z is doing, which has been trash. Like you admitted that Jay-Z switched up his flow. It's not because he got older, nigga. Between what, 1993 and then 1996, 3 years, your voice is not going to change like that when you're a fucking grown man. So this nigga definitely has been influenced by Illmatic. And I told you about the business shit. Nas been investing. Like I said, he already invested in shit like Amazon, like Lyft. He just did a deal a couple months ago, just at the end of last year, where he got a deal with Viacom. This nigga is making business deals and business moves on shit that dudes actually use every single. Fuck out of here.
Flashyyy is back on you. Punch.
You just fucking mentioned that. You just fucking mentioned Nas, something with Nas and all that type of bullshit. Like I said, Jay-Z influenced a lot of motherfuckers like Rick Ross, what you call it, Lil Wayne, Jeezy. Like we're not gonna act like that's niggas in the South. That's powerful rappers in the South. And what them niggas do, they're influential in just not just rapping, but business moves as well. So you just mentioned something with Nas doing business moves. He does help with his business moves, but he don't have as much business ventures as Hov. Hov has been that nigga, like I've been saying. He has a lot of ventures with, like I said, the streaming with Tidal. To everybody, a lot of people use the Tidal often. So you're saying that people don't use what Jay-Z brought to the table is not true, because like I said, he met people with Tidal. He made people focus on streaming more than just actually going to the stores and buying it. He changed the game with that off rip. That's the difference. Hov is the trendsetter and Nas is the imitator. Hov had a plan from the jump of what I'm going to be the best rapper, and I also want to be the best businessman as well. He's helped a lot of motherfuckers out, and he's continued to help a lot of motherfuckers out who niggas from the street who actually want to better themselves and actually want to get out the hood and see and be a boss. Like I said, Hov is a boss, my nigga. He texted fucking Obama when Obama was the fucking president. That's fire himself. While this nigga fucking Nas is having a fucking divorce with fucking Khalees. He can't even handle his women right. Dating Nicki Minaj, going to women to women. Jay-Z is a solid family man and businessman who with the most powerful woman in the fucking game by his corner, rocking his fucking change. 99 problems and ATK ain't fucking one. Bitch ass nigga. Fuck out of here, my nigga. Hov is, like I said, Hov is the most have a better MC, and he has a better career than fucking Nas. Time, nigga.
All right, I'm gonna do this and let y'all go unlimited the whole bout, but I'm gonna have to hold y'all on this end as to 1 minute. Y'all got 1 minute to close out your argument, 1 minute each. So ATK is on you. 1 minute on the clock. Punch.
Listen, you keep naming him. You keep saying his business is better than Nas. I named you specific deals: Dropbox, Viacom, Amazon, all that shit that Nas did. Oh, the only thing you keep bringing up is Tidal. Nigga, poll everyone on this Discord. I bet you that more people have Spotify or Apple Music more so than people have Tidal on this shit. What are you talking about? And you want to talk about integrity and him being a family man? My nigga, Jay-Z, you can go back. In 2002, R. Kelly literally came out with a video of him urinating on a girl. After that, guess what Jay-Z did? He did 2 full-length albums and 2 full-length tours with R. Kelly. And he was fully aware of those cases. James Ash even suggested that he don't work with R. Kelly, but Jay-Z chose to do that. Not only 1 album, but then 2 years later, in 2004, he did another album and another tour. To this day, even with the new charges and all the shit that's been coming out, Jay-Z has said nothing about it. Why is there not a single... Over the career, there's not been a single rapper who's worked with R. Kelly more than Jay-Z. And just to say, he could have just came out and said, oh, I was wrong for working with him. I don't agree with it. But he has been quiet. He said absolutely nothing. He could have... How could you have the greatest career? How could you be the greatest rapper? How could you be a man and have integrity if you're going to continue to work with R. Kelly? Nas, on the other hand, he did 2 songs with R. Kelly. He did the remix, Do You Ever Think, and he did Kissing, both in 1999 before any allegations or tapes. Nas never worked with R. Kelly after that. And continuing with the integrity, and you keep saying that Jay-Z's putting dudes on. Jay-Z is not even putting dudes on from Brooklyn. The only person he signed to Rockefeller from Brooklyn was Memphis Bleak. And he said, nigga, on, what was it called? On Diamonds On Forever. This nigga Jay-Z said, Bleak could be one hit away his whole career. As long as I'm alive, he's a millionaire. And even if I die, he's in a will somewhere so we can just kick back and chill somewhere. My nigga, in 2016, Memphis Bleak filed for bankruptcy protection saying all his assets only totaled up to $275,000. He had no money in his banking account. He had $100 to his name. That does not sound like a friend who could just sit back and chill somewhere. Nas, on the other hand, he kept his dudes beside him. His brother Jungle, who he tried to put on as a rapper, he actually kept him beside him. When Nas invested in the Bevel shaving system, he allowed his brother Jungle to actually get stock in that company. That's integrity. That's having a well-rounded career. That's giving back to hip-hop. Don't talk to me about no other shit, nigga. Jay-Z, sure, he signed Nas, but guess what? Nas is still putting out better albums. In 2006, Jay-Z came out with that bullshit return album, Kingdom Come. Guess what? Nas did one thing. He put out Hip Hop is Dead, which I told you literally changed the culture. Like I said, Untitled album literally changed legislation in New York City where dudes were debating whether or not it should be law if people can use the word nigga. That's the influence that Nas has in people's career, in his entire career, and on hip-hop. Don't talk to me about nothing. Get out of here, man. You fucking dead, man. Go.
Time. Flashyyy is on you.
Shut the fuck up, dumbass
punch.
nigga. I'm not fucking dead. I could never fucking die, dumbass nigga. Like I fucking said, man. Jay-Z definitely was on that tour with he definitely got off that tour with R. Kelly. So that R. Kelly angle you just did, ass. Because he saw what R. Kelly was fucking doing, and he's like, cut that bullshit out of here. And also, too, you said Hov also doesn't even influence artists. It influences all bosses. Hov bars are broken down in Yale College. You know, you're a professor. You should know that. Yeah. Also, too, like I fucking said, man, stop with this dumb bullshit. Like I fucking said, whole influence is other people, my nigga. Like I said, he influences like the biggest artists in the fucking sound industry, my nigga. It's not fucking do that, my nigga. Like it's not fucking do that. Tidal is supporting a black male. That's what it's fucking doing. It's supporting a fucking black male. And after, also, you know who else Jay-Z influenced this? Drake, my nigga. You know Drake, the biggest artist out right now. And what does Drake does? He streams his music like Jay-Z fucking does. That's influential, my nigga. You like to talk about, Jay-Z doesn't influence, but he influenced the biggest artist right now who also, what you know he does? He streams his fucking music. That's influential, dumbass nigga. Like I fucking said, don't act like Hov doesn't help niggas out. He helped niggas out in features. He did a feature with Lil Wayne. He did a feature with Jeezy. He did a feature with Rick Ross. He did features with all types of artists in the industry, my nigga. We're not gonna do that. And Rock Nation also supports sports. like KD is on Rock Nation, OBGJ is in Rock Nation, so William Williams is on Rock Nation. So we're not gonna act like, oh, Hov doesn't do this, Hov does. He does. He supports African Americans as much as you try to make it seem like he doesn't support African Americans, nigga. That's the problem with you. You make it seem like Hov is just some slime ball ass nigga. And I saw your tweet, your little talk about Makers B. Makers B did go back, and you know what JC did? He helped that nigga out after helped that nigga get with his fucking wedding. That's what he fucking do. After this nigga was one of the presidents have an AR in fucking Rock Nation. So he's not bankrupt anymore like you trying to make it. So stop it. Like, my nigga, like, no artist is fucking bigger than Riri and J. Cole. J. Cole, one of the best rappers in the game right now. A nigga that you probably like and a lot of people probably like. So we're not fucking doing that, my nigga. Like I said, and Jay-Z is the better MC and also is had the better career. Time, nigga.
All right, dope bout between Flashyyy the champ and ATK the contender. Jay-Z versus Nas, the better MC. I'm gonna send it over to the Green Size Analysis right now to get their thoughts on between Flashyyy and ATK and to see, do we have a reigning champ or do we have a new champ? De Jesus, Top Tier Podcast. It's on y'all. Punch.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this and go first. First of all, I want to say salute everybody who was a part of this event. It's a great showing for everybody. People in the Discord, everybody followed the movement. Shout out to Sid for putting this. I want to say shout out to you guys in particular in this particular bout between ATK and Flash. Not only with this battle, but for the lead up to the battle, man, y'all face offs and the way y'all been like punching on each other throughout before, leading up to this match was just incredible. I hope everybody going forward. And salute to Q on winning, man. Salute to Q on winning his chip. Well deserved. Now, going into this match, I'm going to say the stakes was high and ATK came out swinging, man. The first round, when he brought up the influence just off the Illmatic album, with everybody copying basically that format of like showing themselves out on the cover. I thought that was powerful. But other than that, nothing really stuck. His Flash was just in his bag, man, in my opinion. His best round of the battle. He was cooking from all aspects. And he kind of showed that veteran poise and composure, and clearly got the first. Second round was close to a degree. I just felt like at a point midway through, Flash was kind of just stumbling and kind of just reiterating the same points. And to the point, let's be honest, even people in the Discord said he was kind of just rambling, not really saying much of any substance. At that point, ATK was cooking. And he kind of clearly coasted and got that round. That was almost a 10-8 round, damn near. And then off into the third, I think if you really listen to it, the most powerful thing was the R. Kelly angle that ATK used. And this hurts because I think Jigga the GOAT to me, and I would have bodied ATK on this shit. Jigga the GOAT to me, but he just used really good angles in this battle about with the whole R. Kelly thing and just the body of work, and also bringing up things that wasn't really music related to tackle the point, because you can't just go music because Hov got such a strong catalog, and I just think that he just used his material better. And to the point where I kind of see Flash get a little flustered towards the end. So I got an ATK 2-1 in a great battle.
Dope. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you the whole night, Top Tier Podcast, for giving your input on each of these battles. De Jesus is on you. Go ahead and close us out. Who you had winning this bout and your thoughts on the bout. And do we have a new champion? De Jesus, the floor is yours.
All right. Well, I agree with Top Tier Podcast on many points. Although I do feel that there were some points missed on ATK. ATK he brought a lot of good points throughout every round. In his first round, he said that Nas paired up with the best producers when he first came out, and nobody was checking for Jay-Z. He said that his album cover was one of the most iconic, as Podtier said, but I got more from that in that round. He said that he killed Jay-Z and Ether, and that Hip Hop is Dead shifted the culture, as well as the Untitled album. He said he created an entire movement in NYC to the point that the government was, pushing legislation. It was an actual discussion. He said that Nas inspired the hood, and I feel like it was a very solid round, but Flashyyy came out, and Flashyyy did what Flashyyy does best. He says it was a very powerful angle starting off the round. He said, "You a Harlem nigga punching for a Queens nigga." And it, for us who know them personally, that's an angle that hits in the building. He said that Jay-Z has the Black Album, the Blueprint, the you know what I'm saying, classics. Reasonable Doubt. He said he has 22 Grammys. He named some stats that I didn't write down, but 22 Grammys is powerful as an artist, and he has 100 million records sold. He said that he's influential as an entrepreneur for the streets. He has the most #1 solo albums in Billboard history. That's something I'm gonna have to fact check, but if I take his word for it, it's a very powerful fact. He says that he has great performance to close the round. He says that Hove has his own streaming platform. And that Nas just doesn't have as many classics as Hove, and I think we can all agree with that. I think Flashyyy took round 1 clear with a knockdown, actually, and I gave it 10-8 to Flashyyy. Round 2, I think that ATK again. He brought up the energy in this round. He did it just as good as his first, and brought it up. He said that the Barclays Center took away from Brooklyn, and he said that it contributed directly to the community. Or Nas has contributed directly to the community, whereas Jay-Z took away from it. He says that title limits artists. He uses the personal on Flashyyy for Hennessy, which was very powerful in the building. I got to bring that up. He said, but I do feel that angle, that round was not necessarily on topic. I've got to say, I have ATK edging that round, but I don't think it was too much on topic. And when it relates to them as artists who have done things in the game elsewhere, I understand that. But Flashyyy really only brought up the fact that he signed artists like J. Cole and Rihanna, and that his impact on the culture is not comparable. So I gave ATK that round 10-9. The third round is a lot closer, but I gave ATK the round for he brought up let Nas Down as a rebuttal for the J. Cole. It was a very good round. Very clean throughout, and Flashyyy wasn't picking it up until the very last minute, where he brought up a lot of points, and I could list them all, but again, I feel like ATK took the round clear. I've got this round 2-1 ATK. Flashyyy first round. Great battle. Yep.
And with that being said, ATK is now the champ, middleweight champion. This is Punch Ultimate Debate League. Go follow Punch right now on Twitter @PunchUDL. Punch.